Hello, hello.
Whitey fam. It is holiday weekend. And for those that work retail, you are doing the Lord's work.
What is it with the... Is this the Hunger Games one? Is it 3?
Yeah. It's 3. I think it's 3. If you survived working retail during Black Friday, congrats.
Even though these were the same sales you probably had in the store all week.
Since Sunday.
Yeah.
Just saying.
And people are a little bit more intense. Friday and Saturdays.
So we survived, guys. 2024 Black Friday.
We did
the
this.
Gen Zs, the millennials.
We did this.
We did it. And we're probably gonna still keep doing it because we have also called Cyber Monday.
So it's like the whole weekend.
For those working those days,
good luck to you.
Sending you lots of love. Send it my way too.
We're here with you.
Send it my way too.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, we're here with you. We're here with you.
So yes, happy holidays for those that do celebrate Thanksgiving and the holidays coming up. This episode is very, very special. We have a very special guest with us. Won't say word. We won't say.
I mean, you probably already read it
from the title.
You saw it, or
you know. But
we are so excited about this one.
Big fans. We'd have to say. I think it's like from following her to YouTube to all this to now getting the opportunity to interview her for our podcast. I think that is
to have a nice little fun fashion chat.
Yeah.
All right, let's start off with what we're wearing. So it goes with the theme of everything, right?
You read the title.
You read the title.
It's
we're
Glam
doing
Rock.
Glam Rock, baby.
First and foremost, I did have a leather jacket in the interview. I have it. It is hot today.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna. It's here, but I'm just not going to.
Yeah.
But I have this Free People kind of ruffly, like piratey type of shirt. It has a lot of ruffles. It's kind of long.
It's giving David Bowie.
It's giving David Bowie. Yeah, David Bowie. And then I also have the iconic. We bring it back. Aritzia denim vest,
which she was wearing in the denim video.
Which I was wearing in the denim video.
Yeah.
And I also have the black leather jacket that I wear during the interview with B.Jones, and that one's thrifted, so I got it at Goodwill. So
one of your finds.
Fun little finds. I take care of that. I treasure it because it's like that black type of leather jacket that's just like vintage.
10
is
out
just
of 10.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
What are you?
I'm wearing this Free People, like, it's like a Baker Boy hat, I think. I don't know, it gives me very 70s vibes, and 70s kind of reminds me of Glam Rock, and so, I don't know, I think it's like, and then the brown too. And then I have my Zara, it's like a cropped, faded leather jacket, like faux leather. But I added all of my, like, pins to it.
Like Bowie, AC/DC,
Led Zeppelin,
Sex Pistols, and Guns N' Roses.
Yeah. I have more, but like these are the ones that I think felt appropriate for Glam Rock.
Also, so people don't think, do you listen to them?
I do listen
we
to
do.
them. I do.
Because of our father.
I grew up listening to this kind of music. I think this is why this is a special one. And then I added a bit of like extra detail. We have Suki Waterhouse merch, which it's like, I don't know, I kind of feel like, again, music is a big thing, but influencing it with like the past and the now, it's kind of cool.
She gives very much glam rock in her, especially her tour outfits that she's doing.
We got to see her on tour, so it was fun. And yeah, she does, especially the fur coat. And then I have this brandy, like see-through glittery top that I've had for like forever, and I feel like it's become one of like my staple pieces. I don't know, because I can put it under anything, I can put it over anything. It kind of just adds a little bit of pizzazz. But yeah, that's kind of what I'm wearing. All right, Natalie, what about for our yap
just
hour? Yeah.
Couple of things.
A couple of things. First one.
I'm gonna start with not the bad one, but just the very.
It's sad. It's a little cozy.
But it shows that this particular person is healing. Zayn has started tour, and as we know, if you saw on Twitter, on TikTok, he did a tribute on his first night to Liam. Now, his previous concert recently that happened, he was actually in the hometown of Liam Payne.
Yeah.
And he actually spoke doing a tribute to Liam because
like it wasn't subtle as the other ones. The other ones, I think he just had the screen, but this one, and then I think he even sang "You and I," or something. I
don't know about
something.
Yeah, but I just saw the thing of him talking about it.
Yeah.
So I think it's like us as directioners also going still through the process of dealing with Liam's death and feeling. Like, how are the boys doing? Seeing that, you can tell that he's healing in a way.
I also think it's so crazy the timing of that. Like, he announced the tour before, obviously, Liam's death, which already was a big thing, if you know anything about, like, One Direction and Zayn. So that was already a big step. And then this happens. And then you're just like, how is he dealing with it? Because, you know, like, that's also, like...
Especially that's something that we're all concerned for his, you know,
and then he bravely goes and continues tour. And I'm so proud of him in that way. Like, I feel like it's also nice seeing him back on stage kind of cracking jokes and being with the audience. Like,
also saying, like, slang when he was in One Direction, the What's Happening. Like, that's something that he hasn't said since One Direction. So a fan telling him to say it and he says it, that's special. That's just special, you know?
What's the other news?
The other news for those Target Black Friday workers. Swifties. I bet you had your hands full with the Swifties coming in for the Eras Tour book.
Yeah.
And the Tortured Poets Department, a special edition for Target vinyl.
I really want it. Yeah.
I heard from TikTok, like various Targets, they opened and in an hour is sold out. Yeah. In an hour is sold out.
Yeah.
Because I was gonna like get one.
I
was in my own Black Friday, so I couldn't go.
I can't.
Anyways, so there's that. I think if we talk about boys, Paul Mescal is still the white man of the month.
The internet's boyfriend. Going strong.
I want to know who's going to be the white man for December.
Okay, can we talk about how I want that AMC blanket? It's actually, I need that. I need that as my, whoever's getting it for Christmas, y'all are lucky. Okay, but I think that concludes our Yap Hour. It was a little bit minimal today. Let's start talking about what is glam.
Oh, we didn't do the intro.
Oh, let's do the intro. Okay.
The intro.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Natalia.
And I'm Leslie Marie.
And this is the
We Are
Fashionably Late podcast,
where we talk about
the clothing we wear
and the untold
but very true stories
about why we wear
what we wear.
Also, yes, guys,
we're in a
really...
We tried to find a place there wasn't a lot of people.
Yeah. In the past recordings, if you're new here, just know that you will hear sirens. You will hear helicopters. You will hear cars. This is the whole idea of it. We're in the car. We're in a place, in a setting where it's like a parking lot, and so you will hear that.
All the background
all
noises.
The noises.
We didn't have those.
They're real.
Those are there.
They're real.
You hear some banging back there. I don't know what they're constructing.
You hear doors closing. They're real.
Coughing.
It's part of the part of the set.
It's part of it. Quiet on set.
Quiet on set. Yep.
Anyways, now we can move on to our first
topic.
What is glam rock?
What is glam rock, Natalie? Do you want to talk about it, or do you want me to talk about it?
I can do it.
Okay.
So glam rock began in the 1970s, which was characterized as a very like theatrical, flamboyant type of style.
Yes,
AKA we have like David Bowie, we have even Marc Bolan, we have Freddie Mercury, and right now we can say that in our time people kind of characterize now like Suki as going glam rock, a little bit of Harry Styles. Yep. And then we also have this other singer who's not, I don't know if many know him or not. I have gone to his concert, Spencer Sutherland, and he himself is very dresses like Elvis, but also very glam rock. He has a bit of ruffles and like shiny, like
flamboyant
corsets, you know?
I feel like that's also another thing. A lot of the artists now, when people are inspired by them, they took inspiration, or their stylist took inspiration from the rock stars that came before them. Yeah.
So we have that. So it broke away the traditional masculine norms of a rock, more electric type of band.
It became
more eccentric. And this aesthetic kind of like came to life. Because during a time where it was like more of like a manly man type of stuff.
Well, I feel like it was like very like, if you look at the Beatles, kind of like the first things that they were doing, it was very like suit and tie, presentable, and that was kind of rock in that way.
Yeah.
But then you have this like complete opposite of like David Bowie, where he has his face painted, he has stars,
his hair is
he's
like...
wearing these heels, and it's still rock music,
rock, but it's glam. So here are some like key elements of how to identify glam rock within artists, bands now and before.
Or if you want to dress up
Or if you want to dress up as yourself, you know? Of course, making your own spin, your own aesthetic. We have very bright metallic fabrics, which we see constantly pressed with David Bowie and bands and stuff like that.
I just picture like the jeans, the wide leg jeans, or like the Jeffrey Campbell boots that are like now like what we kind of have. And then we have these like looks of men that have like, let's say the high heel boots. We have the blouses, so kind of similar to what I'm wearing out. Very and then like makeup. So this is something that for men, makeup, like you either wear black eyeliner because you're like a rocker, or you're somehow wearing actual makeup because you're now a glam rocker. Which I feel like, especially during that time, I mean, if even now you have people like Harry Styles, who was on the cover of Vogue wearing a frilly dress, and that became a topic for so many conversations. And this is 2024, 2022, I think, when that happened, or something like that. But this was in the 70s, so this was way before. So this was shocking. This was revolutionary. This was crazy. This was something that it's like in the 70s we're known of like the hippies type of era. So then something like this coming to be, you're like, whoa. You're like, whoa. Crazy. We get the bold patterns. Yes, we do. The colors. I think there's this one that David Bowie wears. It's like a bright, like reddy orange type of one, I think. It kind of like that. There's very like psychedelic kind of patterns that go with it too. I also go back to, Harry. We gotta talk about Harry. His one that he wore, I think he was in the Jingle Ball or something like that. That's like the green and the orange or something like that he wears. That's like very like chevron. What is it? The chevron like pattern. It's like I think I know which one you're talking about. Natalie will put a picture here. But it's something like that. Like that's glam rock for a man. Like that's something that's like out of the ordinary. I think it's so crazy because I think his stylist Harry Lambert is very inspired by making him a rock star, which like he has become a rock star, but he takes inspiration from past like rock stars. And so I think it's so funny because if you kind of are like aware of like what glam rock is, or kind of these fashion trends that started way back when, you can pinpoint and be like, oh, this is giving Harry Mercury, this is giving David Bowie. But for people who don't know and they're kind of like new to it, they're like, Harry's the first one to do this, and it's like he took inspiration from other people, but he did his own spin on it. I think that's a like important thing is when you are taking a certain trend of past or present, make it your own, because that is what's essentially sticks out. You know, you don't want to follow the norm. You want to make something of your own with that trend, with whatever you're inspired and also your vibe definitely has a lot to do with if you do glam rock. This is my version of glam rock. This is Leslie's version of glam rock. So it's like we can have two separate views of glam rock, but it could follow or you could be inspired by the same thing, but you can make it your own. I think that's also really cool. So the glam rock fashion, we have very rebellious, very centered around like self-expression in the outfit, and like the exploration of an identity of who you are and who you are now as an artist or as a person in general. When especially with TikTok and like Instagram, you see all these like influencers and people dressing, and then like they're making their own, but then you can see hints of each I feel like another artist too, especially when she first started, Lady Gaga. Like it's very it's giving that kind of vibe, and it's also very much about self-identity and just like it's completely new, completely different. Being your own. Heavy makeup, and then we have like the jumpsuits, the spandex, very like tight, like form-fitting outfits. So that is the basis of what glam rock fashion
what goes around to dressing like glam rock.
And what kind of is like defines
it. Now going into the actual history of it, we do know that it came in the 1970s. So this was very like a more serious like political change in the atmosphere, like the reaction that people got during this late like 60s, late 70s of it. But this kind of played a key role to a lot of people's identity during this time, with everything going on. For those that understand the background and the history
going on
it,
especially in England during that time.
Exactly. So there's beep
confirmation, guys.
Confirmation that we are in the atmosphere that we need to be. So we have Marc Bolan is often credited for igniting the glam rock fashion when he appeared on TV in the 1971, wearing that glitter and boa and shiny clothing.
We also have Mick Jagger.
We have in the 1972, this is where we go into David Bowie and Ziggy Stardust. Bowie's known for his like alien rock star look. Very like tight-fitting metallic jumpsuits that we talked about. He used his gender-bending like fashion to groundbreak both music and style together.
And then the British designer that kind of was the first person to help these artists kind of find their aesthetic or kind of design for them in a way, like where it was seen on stage, was Ozzy Clark. So he's a designer that kind of was helping, or not helping, but like was dressing them, doing things for them on stage and stuff like that, which is really interesting. You could still see like
his like work on it
through it.
Now we have in the rise of the glam rock. This wasn't even the rise. This is just the sprinkle.
That was all of these were before.
Were before the glam rock was glam rock. Like that's what they categorize it is.
It wasn't until the mid-70s.
This was particularly in the UK when musicians like Slade, Sweet, and Rocky Music adopted this
glam rock style.
Glam rock. So they incorporated, as we know, the other styles that we know of what is glam rock.
Very exaggerating, flamboyant,
embracing this type of new style, but still being very rock.
For sure.
And it also has a lot to do with very much layering. Layering a lot of pieces that you wouldn't think of adding together.
Exactly. And I think it's like very much about how, I don't know, it just has to do with kind of sprinkling, like layering is a big aspect of it. I also think it's like there was glitter and sequins and patterns, and it was like so much color being thrown at you too, which is very different than rock stars before that, which it was very kind of suit and tie, black and white, like very which is also, if you look at pictures too within history, you see these like groups of people in glam rock, or people who were doing punk too. We talked about this, and you see like almost everyone in London walking to their jobs and they're in like suit and ties, black and white kind of, you know, vibe. And then you see them and then they're very like complete opposite to that, and it's really cool to see.
And it's like thinking of like that, like the suit and tie, and then some people dressing like that. I think like a great like thing to like bring it all together is like New York. Being in New York, you have different types of vibes, and you get people actually dressing head from toe fucking glam rock. Like there's no like, some people are like hidden, but it's like they are actually influenced with it, and you see
like it's not just the social circles that they're in, you see them in like daily
day-to-day type of thing
during this time,
especially going back with the history in the mid 1970s. There was kind of a rejection of more like the progressive rock and folk music. So glam rockers use the fashion in order to create these like larger than life personas that we would know till now.
Because I think they kind of took the seriousness out of music, and they really had fun with it, and they really played with it. This also goes to like bands like Led Zeppelin. It also goes obviously with Freddie Mercury, Queen, and so it's all of these legendary rock bands that now like your parents listen to probably, or like you hear on like classic rock radio. But for the time, like, it was completely breaking the norm. Breaking the standard. Especially, like, listening to them is one thing, because you're like, yeah, this is rock. But then seeing them perform on stage literally wearing, like, a frilly shirt, heels, makeup, and all of this, like, it was completely different, their stage performance. Which, if, like, you have the time, definitely go look up these performances and see what they were wearing, see how they were moving, see how they were singing, because it's like very, like, it's so different because it's very rock and roll, but then you look at like the performance and you're just like, this is very androgynous, which is so cool, because for that time, it, like, obviously now we have TikTok and all of these things where we can see things right away, but back then you couldn't. And so when you would see a performance, you're like, wait, this is the person that we've been listening to on the radio. Yeah, it's so cool.
I think also it's so, like, just thinking about it, like, they're wearing makeup, like full on makeup. If they are performing and they have these lights, they have the heat, they have everything, their makeup is most likely smeared. But guess what? That makes the rock essence of it, because it's like they're going full at it, and they don't care how they look. And I think that, like, if you think of rock and then you think of the glam mixed together, it's like
it's giving
that, you know. So we have that spiel of the history of it. We also want to kind of like tie in a little bit. It's that the glam rock fashion was highly influenced by the world of film, especially in the 1930s Hollywood glamour. For those that do know, we have those big, like,
very avant-garde theater performances.
So a little bit of glam rock came because of that. But so, of course,
these people were inspired by that.
So it's so, like, I always think of it like trends, like, technically it is a trend, but it's coming back. It's not a whole new spiel. It's just coming back.
It's redefined.
It's redefined to the times now.
A new generation.
So,
and it's kind of interesting to see, like, everybody's different spin on it, because it's like these artists were inspired by the 1930s. We're inspired by them. Like, it's kind of, I don't know, it's cool to see that.
It's cool to, And so now the decline and the legacy of glam rock began to fade now as the punk and disco gained popularity. So now they were divided. Now it wasn't one of the two type of styles. Now it was definitely divided to just punk and then just disco during this, because that's when the popularity of those two gained.
Which is two elements that kind of, if you think of glam rock, you think of a little bit of disco and a little bit of punk. But for it to now have been divided into new categories or new genres of music, and also new genres of, like, fashion, I think it's so interesting.
And, like how you said, like, glam rock still resonated in it. It was just separated. You're like, I don't know why.
It was its children in a way.
It was like mom and dad, and then boom, the children. And, like, with punk rock, punk fashion, in our previous episode, we talk a little bit about it. We having, like, the DIY, the boldness and rebelliousness. But this all came because of glam rock. Glam rock, that's what it was. It was defining, like, your play into it. It was kind of the self-expression, the norms being different than what it was before in the music industry.
Also, there was, how we were saying, there was a lot of, like, political things that were going on in the atmosphere. There was also wars and things like that, and so it was almost like them rebelling against what they, like, this, like, structure was of the way you should do it, or the way you could do it. And it was, I don't know, it was so badass at the time, and it still is now. Like, it's crazy.
And today we still see it in fashion, particularly just more in, like, the runways, and occasionally in some of the pop musicians that we know right now, or even, like, pop culture ideas that we see. But we have designers that still keep it alive, like Marc Jacobs. We have Jean Paul Gaultier, and then Heidi.
I don't know where you're at.
It's Heidi. I'm gonna write the name right here. I don't want to butcher it.
Heidi Silman.
Oh, I did say it right. Okay, Heidi Silman. And they
don't doubt yourself.
Thanks, Queen.
Yeah.
And they have reinterpreted glam rock look in various of their collections. But still keeping the essence of what we know of a little bit of glam rock about, like the glitter, the metallic, the chunky heels,
just redefining it into a more, like, I guess, like a modern take on it.
But keeping it alive in contemporary fashion.
Okay, and if you guys want to see more like pop culture or TV and runway inspiration from it, because there's so much that we didn't even get to talk about, definitely check out Design. But then also you guys can check out the Kings of Glam BBC documentary, and this goes behind the scenes of when these artists were becoming these artists, so their journey. And you have artists like Marc Bolan, David Bowie, Elton John, Suzi Quatro. And so it shows all of that. It also shows kind of like the time period in England too, so you kind of get to see that whole world come to life. You can also look up musicians like Harry Styles, Janelle Monáe, which also has a few red carpet looks that are inspired by glam rock. Little Nas too, which is surprising, but definitely also check out the music videos. And then Lady Gaga.
Also Miley Cyrus.
Miley Cyrus, Bill Porter. There's definitely so many artists that have like this flamboyant style. And then the last one, well actually before the last one, we have influences on the runway, and so this would be like Jean Paul Gaultier. Even Vivienne Westwood also was inspired. We know she's a punk rock queen, but there's also definitely hints of a bit of glam. Yeah, in some of the collections. And then definitely also check out the Met Gala 2019. This was the camp themed Met Gala, but a lot of the artists and designers were also influenced by glam rock, and so there's a bit of a correlation between some of the looks and some of the like significance behind the look too, which is, it's pretty cool to see. Speaking of fashion, speaking of someone who knows a lot about fashion, it was kind of crazy because I was literally looking up inspo to like kind of like make my little mood board for what I was gonna wear. And B.Jones actually popped up when I was looking at the glam rock inspo on Pinterest and like stuff like that. So it's so crazy and so cool, and it just felt very meant to be. But we are talking to B.Jones all about her style journey, everything she's kind of learned and grown and kind of paved the way for. And then she also gives us a little bit of her new projects that she's working on too.
And also her insight into the fashion world. And how she's kind of dominated it in her own way. Without her just being her. And we love it. It was such a lovely chat. She was so sweet, so kind. And I really hope you guys enjoy it. If you guys don't know who B.Jones is, don't worry. In the interview, you guys will know. And if you guys do know, and you guys are just as excited as we are, definitely comment down below like when you started watching her or how you kind of got to know her. Because I think it's also very interesting because there's a lot of things about her that we learned that we didn't know she had done before. So I feel like inside I'm like that Mike Wazowski meme where he's like,
it's so excited.
That's how we were.
And it's such a lovely chat, and she's so great. So definitely, please enjoy this interview. But I literally